Hi friends, in this lesson we are going to cover in the data security, and in the data security we have use a two command SQL command grant and revoke SQL statement. We can able to control the DB2 data security, and we'll able to see what is the difference between the implicit and explicit privileges, and we can use of views as a security mechanism. And these are a database access control. We have from outside of the DB2 DBA by using rack of MBS is a password, and by using operating system function like OS will get a control. And within a database manager, what is the access a DBA will having by using privileges. Another is administrative authority. And basic, these are a basic mechanism. Every request in DB2 having must have a authorized, and authorization can be having specific authorization ID is permitted, and a specific activity what is the type of privileges. We'll see what is the difference between resource, nothing but a table or table space, and activity, how much activity mean a select and update insert, that is called an activity. And specified resource mean nothing but a table, or we can able to control a table or table space. And these are a DB2 resources. Previously we have seen a specified resource. What is called a specified resource here means we can able to get a data object by using table or view, and data management item having to for buffer pool, storage or groups. And we have a DB2 packages, and commands called a start and displays, and utility load and reorganization also we can able to get control to data here. And we have seen what is an implicit and explicit privileges. These are a difference between implicit and explicit. Implicit nothing but automatically provided by create an object, it is a default value. And explicit nothing but we have to give this to run this command, grant and revoke option in the SQL command, a spoofy also we can able to run this command grant and revoke. And these are indirect privilege to execute a privilege as a member of the group. Someone has to give once you have given access to the particular member, then he can able to run, that is execute the privilege. Then he can able to provide access to other person, that is called indirect privileges. These are default implicit privileges. These are a default values. All DML will having default value. Alter and drop a table, and create a drop an index. A referential, nothing but referential constraint a foreign key and primary key relationship, and run certain DB2 utilities. These are implicit on the table only. These are only on the default on the table. These are a default. You will get a privileges here. And these are explicit privileges on the table. We have to give these are syntax for the select. I am going to give only the grant select on the particular table to particular user. So I will give a grant select and table name, which table you are going to give, and 2 means here user ID, what is your rack of ID here. We can able to give multiple access here. I am giving multiple access, select and update, insert these, delete, alter, index name and table. These are table. We can able to give not only one table, we can give multiple table to multiple users at a time. And we can give to particularly we can have other command a grant. We can able to access a particular columns also. We can able to restrict on the particular user. This is a grant or update. I am accessing only these columns. He can able to do update. This is a rack of ID. These are we have seen indirect privileges on the table, and these are indirect privileges for the packages. Package owner must have explicit privileges for all static SQL in the package. Whenever executing the package, he must be having access to execute the package. User only need execute privileges on package for all static SQL. Static SQL nothing but all whatever we are going to code in the program, that is called as static SQL. User must have explicit privileges on any dynamic SQL in the packages. Dynamic SQL we are executing while giving the runtime, then we are giving a dynamic SQL with the package names, with the host variable, what are the values we are providing at the package, different packages. That is called dynamic SQL. And this is like a static SQL. A to bind here, he must have like a package to execute the access for this one, and B can be B to be execute here. What A requires here, these are like a scenarios here, A to bind here and B to execute here. We will see like what will happen. A requires a bind on a package, update on a table here. Bind on package, he must have like a bind on package, then he must have other access like update on a table also. B requires execute on package here, because B to execute on package here. B can execute package 1 which update table must, but cannot otherwise be update employee number. He can able to execute the packages which is an update here employee table, but cannot otherwise update employee table. Means he cannot update the employee table here. He can able to execute only the packages. Then we have to give only, we can restrict like a package or table for the particular privileges based on grant and revoke access. We can able to, these are like a static SQL access. How the dynamic SQL, like a having the access privileges, same like a previous scenario. If we compare the previous scenario, A to bind here, and while executing we are giving like here the update employee number, because the dynamic SQL value will giving the whatever that syntax like SQL statement will give at execution time. You can able to see here A bind on package 2, and similar like a previously, if you compare like a previous one. B required to execute on package 1 and update on a table here. B can also update employer outside of the package 2 here, because it is a dynamic SQL. These are like a difference between static SQL and dynamic SQL privileges. And these are like indirect privileges and inherent privileges of group. Like whenever you assign a particular group, it will call like a already init based on particular group assign, it will come the default values of the privileges. And special group called like a public here. And these are like a administrative authority, how we can able to control like a for the administrator. These are like a different types of administrator we have like in DB2. We can able to see these are like a DB administration, and then DB control we have, and DB admin. These are like a DB maintenance one, like a for a specific database, like a lowest power, he can able to do maintenance only. And DB control here, he is having higher authority, and DBA is having higher authority to all these things for specific database. These are like only for the specific database, called like a database administrator. If you are having system operator and then system control, then system administrator functionally do like a whole system of the application, like in irrespective of the database, he can able to control the whole application. That is called system administrator. You can able to see that these are like a naming convention of the what is like a system admin, system control, DBA, each person deciding for that one. These are like a system operator. In mainframe we have like a 32 DB system are running here. At a time we can able to run like a 32 DB systems. And we can able to give like a grant view also for the view. Whenever we created view, to restrict the view also we can able to provide here one. These are like a syntax for the view. Create view name as a these are like a view syntax for the view name. While creating the view here, I am created view name called like a address list as a for this query here. Select the query. Even after created the view here, I am giving access to particular user to the base for the on view. Grant, select and an update on the address table. On address list table here, what is in a view here? Address list view to clerk. This is like a rack of ID. View limits the data to select here. Grant limit columns to update. Friend, this is very important. You can able to see the view limits the data to select here, and grant limit columns to update. We can able to create like a view only to retrieve the data particular on records only. And sometimes the interview asks like what is the difference between a view and select statement. View only we can able to restrict whenever you are going to create a view. we can able to retrieve part of the data, not a whole part of the table. And for the select statement, we can able to create like whole, we can able to retrieve the whole table irrespective of the data volume. But through view, we cannot able to retrieve the whole table irrespective of the volume. We have to restrict only particular volume of the data. And this is like a syntax for the revoke, and already we have given select grant select on table to this user. How to revoke the, when after giving the access to the particular user, I want to revoke from that user. Revoke, this is like syntax for the revoke, same grant select on table to here John's we have given. For the revoke, we have to give revoke select on table name from John's. Here 2 means we are given provided, revoke means we are retrieving access from the user. That is the only difference here. Revoke and undoes a matching grant here. This is like a sample revoke cascade, like whenever you are given access to the multiple users, like granting access to IDA, one user here and second user here. Directly I can revoke like IDA, revoke from Jim. What will happen? It like a revoke like a whole, whatever this is like I given earlier like a grant access to IDA to Jim here I given, and Jim has given Bud here. If you have revoked here Jim here, the parent and child relationship, whatever the parent and child also will get revoked here. So you can able to see the images after IDA. Once you revoke like access from the Jim, even the Bud also will get revoked here automatically. We don't have specifically explicitly mentioned like a revoke access from the Bud. We can able to just mention like a revoke access from Jim here itself, then we can revoke from Bud also. That's all friends for the security. These are like topics I have covered like in data fundamentals topic, and next sessions we will cover like a data application part. That is like a more important, like to get like a visibility of the system and how the architect and the coding while going to do coding in the mainframe side in the only for the development people, that is required more to do how to code in the development side. Friends, if you are having any questions on the DB2 questions, please paste in the comment. I will get back to like what is the question, how to answer into the interview, and please paste whatever the questions you have, like if you are not able to find anywhere, and if you want to get like a how to answer in the interview, please paste the questions. I will get back to the answer, how to answer question. You will get like impress in the interviewer, so you will be able to get selected in the interview. Friends, if you know like anyone interested to learn the mainframe, please share these videos to your friends or colleagues, so they will get to understand for the interview point of view. They want to learn the mainframe system. Please share these videos. Please encourage my channel. This is the first time I am doing the channels. Thank you all.